Below and slightly to the left, you'll find the engine start switch and the parking brake. The 988G has stick control for one-handed transmission and steering control. Side-to-side motion of the controller steers the machine. Right moves it to the right, and left moves it to the left. If you let go of the controller after initiating a turn, the machine will keep turning in the same direction until you move the controller again. The three buttons include the transmission upshift button, the downshift button, and the directional shift. And this is the steering lockout lever, shown here in the unlocked position. Be sure the steering lock lever is in the locked position before dismounting the machine. Of the 3 foot pedals, the impeller clutch pedal is on the left. The first portion of pedal travel modulates rim pull from 100% down to 20%. Depressing the pedal further activates the service brake. The impeller clutch, when used with throttle lock, gives you good ground speed control as you approach a dump target while still maintaining maximum hydraulic efficiency. We'll demonstrate the use of the impeller clutch later as we discuss the reduced rim pull selection switch. Please note you should not use the impeller clutch pedal to control vehicle speed when traveling downhill. Instead, use the service brake pedal for downhill braking. The pedal on the right is the governor pedal. We'll discuss its function in a moment in conjunction with the throttle lock. The pedal just to the left of the governor pedal is the service brake pedal. Use this pedal for braking at high speeds or when traveling downhill. Your right hand will operate the controls on the implement pod. Controls include the horn, tilt control, lift control, rim pull selection control, which we'll talk about later, the set decel and resume XL buttons for throttle lock control, the store button for the payload control system, if so equipped, and the hydraulic lever lock control, which electronically locks and unlocks implement controls. You can turn on the throttle lock with the rocker switch we saw earlier on the front dash. An indicator light on the dash illuminates when throttle lock is on. To set it, select the RPM level with the governor pedal and push the Set Decel button. You can cancel it by depressing the brake or turning the throttle lock switch off. If you canceled the setting with the brake, you can recall it by depressing the Resume XL button. You can use throttle lock in 2 ways. Set it at maximum RPM and use the impeller clutch to control ground speed. This will give you maximum hydraulic efficiency with constant engine RPMs. Or set the RPM at less than maximum and use the governor pedal to go to maximum RPM. Please note the throttle lock should be disengaged when traveling at high speeds or downhill. Next, let's look at the switches to the upper right of the cab. The first switch is for the windshield wiper. Ride control is next if your machine is equipped with this feature. It is used when traveling at high speed or when you are in a load and carry application. It is off when the bottom of the switch is depressed and on when the top is pushed in. In the on position, the system now turns itself off and on depending on ground speed. Next is the torque converter lock switch, if so equipped. With the top of the button pushed in, the lockup clutch is enabled so the torque converter can automatically lock up when speed is in the correct range. This is for more efficient operation in load and carry or high-speed applications. You generally don't use this feature when loading a truck. You should turn this feature off when traveling long distances downhill. Straight up, the automatic transmission control switch leaves the transmission in the manual mode. In the manual mode, upshifts and downshifts are made using the upshift or downshift buttons on the stick control. For the automatic mode, select the highest gear desired, for instance, 4th gear, and the transmission will automatically upshift to 4th gear and down to 2nd gear. To go to 1st gear, use the downshift button on the stick control. Look further to your right to find the rear windshield wiper switch, the fan switch, the heating and air conditioning switch, the heating and air conditioning thermostat. The blank space here is where the rotating beacon light switch would go, the stairway access light switch, and the light switch. Position 1 is off, position 2 is for parking and dash lights, next are the roading lights, 4th is for the rear floodlights, and the last position turns on the front floodlights. There are 4 switches located to your upper left. The first is the reduced rim pull control dial to select the desired maximum power available to the wheels. Before we further discuss this, we need to address the impeller clutch torque converter and rim pull control system and throttle lock as a total package. You have times where you need to control ground speed, provide smoother directional shifts, and control tire slip. You can do this with the impeller clutch torque converter, or ICTC. The ICTC allows you to instantly select rim pull from a maximum of 100% down to 20% by simply depressing or releasing the impeller clutch pedal on the left. When the pedal is at rest, or in its normal position, the ICTC produces maximum rim pull. As you depress the pedal, you reduce impeller clutch pressure, resulting in decreased torque or rim pull available to the wheels. Machine ground speed likewise is reduced. While the ICTC reduces rim pull, it still allows maximum hydraulic efficiency. There are times when you may want to reduce rim pull to a specific level for an extended period of time, such as when loading poorly shot rock or on slick, wet floors. Rather than searching for the best rim pull setting with the ICTC, you can set maximum desired rim pull with the Rim Pull Control System, or RCS. This first switch on your upper left gives you 4 factory preset rim pull levels of 90%, 85%, 75%, or 65%. To use RCS, you select reduced rim pull with the rocker switch on the implement pod and select the desired maximum rim pull with the selector switch. The rim pull rocker switch activates the system when you are in first gear only. The machine will automatically provide 100% rim pull if you shift to second, third, or fourth gear. However, it reverts to the selected level when you shift back to first gear. An indicator light on the dash illuminates when the system is engaged. You can still achieve additional rim pull modulation using the left pedal. For instance, if you selected the 90% setting with the switch and the pedal at rest, your maximum rim pull is 90%. You can modulate that down to 20% using the pedal. There are several benefits to using this system. Lower tire costs due to better operator control of rim pull. Faster cycle times due to the operator not having to lower engine RPM during directional changes. Maximum hydraulic efficiency. The operator can maintain high engine RPM by using throttle lock and still control wheel slip. The ICTC provides smooth ground speed control, allowing the operator to smoothly approach and back away from trucks or crushers. This will also help to reduce cycle time. And the ICTC RCS, when used with throttle lock, can improve engine life and improve fuel efficiency. The first switch on the upper left is the loose material mode switch. Before explaining its function, you need to understand how the implement system operates. The 988G is designed to automatically recognize when you are digging. At this time, it limits hydraulic pump flow without compromising force. This improves fuel efficiency while maintaining maximum digging force in tough digging conditions. The 988G will automatically increase hydraulic speed when you are not in the digging portion of your loading cycle. There are times, such as when you are working in loose, easy-loading material, where you may want to maintain maximum hydraulic speed while loading the bucket.